My name is Irfan Ahson, and this is a long-term review of Canon R6 Mark II. Another thing I would like to emphasize is that whenever you're buying your camera gear, you should always get it from MBM because it comes with 1 year warranty. When you're buying high-end equipment, it's important to have peace of mind, and MBM warranty gives you that. Okay, now going back to the long-term review. This is the perfect wedding camera, and I'll tell you why I'm saying that. As a wedding photographer, you're always looking for that perfect camera that doesn't cut corners in the photography department and videography department. This is the camera. It's got a 24 megapixel with ISO. So the ISO goes from 100 all the way to 102,400 with minimal noise, and it shoots 4K 60p 10-bit video with C-Log 3 capability. And what that means is that you have huge dynamic range to work with. You have total freedom to color grade your pictures to perfection to get those characteristic Canon skin tones. Canon autofocus is legendary. Canon skin tones, they are my absolute favorite. Canon's 1.2 lenses, they are a class of their own, and you can use all those legacy lenses. Even though it's an RF mount lenses, you can use an adapter to use those 85 1.2, 50mm 1.2 EF mount lenses without any hitch, without any loss in autofocus capability or sharpness capability. Of course, RF lenses are also available, but even if you have a whole library of L series lenses, you can still use them. So R6 Mark II is not a regular update. The body might look the same, but it is feature packed. There's a lot of technology in it. 14K. There's a lot of technology in it. 14-bit photography option, 10-bit 4K 60p videography option, and this is my go-to camera when I'm going vacation, when I'm going tent pegging, because or wedding photography, of course, because the autofocus capability is superb. It just latches onto the subject and just doesn't miss a single shot. My keeper ratio is much improved after having upgraded to R6 Mark II. The flash works seamlessly. The strobes, the Canon flash, everything works perfectly. It's a lightweight body, feature packed with a lot of technology in it, and this is my go-to camera if I'm doing portraits, doing wedding photography, or sport photography. When I'm going riding with my friends, this is the camera I take with me because it just latches onto the horses, the subject, and doesn't miss a single shot. The keeper ratio is much improved. Not much to say about ergonomics. Canon has always nailed it. It feels like an extension of my hand. The button layout, the menu, everything is so intuitive. And I love the new button that they've added for switching between photography and videography. It makes your life a whole lot easier. So the camera body has dual SD card slots to ensure backup is being made while you're taking pictures, which is great when you're doing wedding photography because you can never take a chance. The battery life is superb. The flash capability is top notch. The flash works seamlessly, and there's hardly any over or under exposure. There's hardly any over or under exposure. You always nail the shot. So based on my experience, I would really recommend you guys shooting in C-Log 3 because it gives you huge dynamic range. I've shot in the darkness. I've shot in extremely bright conditions, but I always have the peace of mind that I will be able to recover highlights and shadows. And of course, color grading options are unlimited in C-Log 3 option. And I always shoot in RAW because again, the dynamic range, it gives you much more freedom to be creative in the post processing. So it's got three memory banks, C1, C2, C3, and you can set them up separately. C1, you can set up for low light, C2 for sports photography, and C3 for wedding photography. These little features, they make your life a whole lot easier. You can switch between them, on the fly and never miss the perfect shot. The articulated LCD is great. It's very sharp, very detailed, and even when you're shooting in bright light outdoors, you can still make out what's going on the screen. So it's very, very convenient, very, very detailed and high resolution. The diopter adjustments, they are very, very accurate. And Canon R6 Mark II is the body I take with me when I'm traveling light and I only want to take one body, because I know this is the perfect camera body that doesn't get corners on in the photography department or the videography department. Another feature that I love about R6 Mark II is seamless wireless integration. In this age of social media, it is important to share your pictures with the clients as soon as possible. The wireless integration is great. It connects with your phone very seamlessly, and you can share pictures immediately to your social media platforms. So, to summarize, Canon R6 Mark II might be my most favorite camera body of all time. The reason is that it yields crisp, detailed pictures, images, huge dynamic range that you can work on in post process without any degradation in image quality. And of course, this is the age of social media and reels, and this yields great video content without any hassle. The 4K 60p 10-bit video, it is really a game changer, and without any cropping. That's very important. There are lots of other camera bodies that cost more than R6 Mark II, but they crop at 4K 60p. This doesn't. C-Log 3 4K 60p 10-bit is really a game changer. And the fact that this is a very lightweight, very powerful camera body that does so much more than the price it's selling at. So I wholeheartedly recommend this camera. It is my absolute favorite. Thank you, Canon, for making our life easy as wedding photographers.
Canon, delighting you always.